A faulty furnace pipe is being blamed for 23 Elkhart County RV factory workers being admitted to the hospital today.
Now, investigators say those Forest River employees at Plant 6 showed symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning. Now, that's on Harder Drive north of Middlebury. WSBT-22's Kelly Stopczynski continues to follow this story for us. And first, Kelly, all of the workers are expected to be okay.
Rick, an Elkhart General spokeswoman says the hospital released all but one after observation to make sure they're okay.
On the way up there, they said we have 142 patients.
It was anything but a typical Monday morning call from Middlebury Fire Chief Jeff Wagaman and his crew.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. But yeah, we do train for it, so we kind of have a plan in place. We know we have a bus company in town, like I said, that we can transport multiple patients with if needed.
Some of those 142 workers at Forest River Plant 6 complained of everything from headaches and nausea to lethargy. Others had an altered state of consciousness. They started production at 5 a.m. The first person started feeling sick about 15 or 20 minutes later. No one called 911 until almost 7:15. When firefighters got there, Wagaman says everyone had evacuated and opened doors for ventilation. All the carbon monoxide detectors were going off inside the RV units being built. When the call first came in, Elkhart General said it called in extra respiratory, emergency, and critical care staff, anticipating a possibly large number of patients. But most of those workers were sent home a short time later. Ambulances took 5 patients to Elkhart General. Cardinal Bus transported 12 to the hospital. 6 other workers went to get checked out on their own.
They had a furnace that was providing heat for the factory. The exhaust pipe had rain that had came down into it and rusted it at an elbow. So it had a big opening in the exhaust pipe. So over the weekend it was, working and putting exhaust into the building. And Wagaman says the fire department's carbon monoxide readings were 0, probably because the building had already been ventilated by the time his crews got there. But he says CO levels were probably pretty high given some of the symptoms the workers had. Most fire departments evacuate homes and buildings when carbon monoxide levels are at 35 parts per million. You might get a slight headache after a couple hours at 100 parts per million. 400 parts per million becomes life-threatening after 3 hours of exposure.
And Kelly, the fire chief told you that plant was closed today.
Right, for furnace repairs, but Forest River isn't confirming that. The company will only say that it's under investigation.
Yeah, it's scary. Kelly, thanks.